Welcome back. Coinology. As this final arrives, the journey of the 2019 1-cent coin comes full circle, returning to where it began, yet transformed by everything revealed along the way. What started as a simple request to understand value, weight, design, and worth has expanded into something far larger, because the true story of a coin is never limited to numbers or metal. It is shaped by time, belief, human behavior, and the quiet passage of history through ordinary hands. Of the 2019 1-cent coin ultimately proves that value is not fixed at the moment of creation. When it left the mint, it was worth exactly 1 cent, no more and no less. Yet from that moment forward, its future was no longer controlled by the mint, but by the world. Every choice made afterward mattered. Whether it was spent, saved, damaged, forgotten, or protected, each path led to a different destiny. Some were lost forever. Some survived unchanged. A very small number became special. What gives this coin lasting importance is not the guarantee of wealth, but the possibility of meaning. People search coins because they hope, and hope itself has power. That hope encourages curiosity, learning, and preservation. It turns everyday objects into gateways to history. The 2019 cent invites people to look closer, to question assumptions, and to understand that even the most common things can hold stories worth telling. The idea of enormous monetary value, even when exaggerated, plays its role in keeping attention alive. It sparks imagination. It motivates searches through jars, drawers, and rolls. It keeps the cent relevant in conversations long after its purchasing power has faded. In this way, belief shapes reality more than facts alone ever could. The cent's symbols endure. Lincoln's face continues to represent unity and moral strength. The shield continues to represent protection and togetherness. The words and inscriptions remain unchanged, quietly repeating messages that have survived generations. These symbols do not age the way prices do. They gain strength through repetition and familiarity. As physical money slowly recedes from daily life, coins like the 2019 cent may become anchors to a tactile past. They will remind future generations of a time when value could be held, counted, and felt. That physical connection may one day feel rare and precious in itself. In the end, the 2019 1-cent coin teaches a simple but powerful lesson. Great stories do not always come from rare beginnings. Sometimes they come from the most ordinary places. A small coin, barely noticed, can carry the weight of history, culture, and imagination far beyond its size, and so the story closes, not with a conclusion, but with continuity. The 2019 1-cent coin remains out there somewhere, in circulation, in collections, in forgotten corners, and in careful storage. It waits quietly, unchanged, while time continues to add meaning around it. Whether found tomorrow or decades from now, it will still be ready to tell its story to anyone willing to truly look at something small and believe it might be something much more. While the standard 2000D penny is abundant and relatively modest in market value, certain rare varieties and minting anomalies transform it from a common circulation coin into a highly coveted collector's piece. Numismatics, the study of coins, often emphasizes the importance of such variations because they offer insight into the minting process and introduce scarcity within otherwise plentiful coinage. One of the most well-known categories of rare pennies involves error coins, which result from mechanical, human, or production anomalies at the mint. The 2000D penny, produced at one of the most sophisticated facilities in the United States, the Denver Mint, is no exception, and several specific errors from this year have attracted significant attention in the numismatic community. A common yet highly prized error is the off-center strike, where the coin's planchet fails to align correctly with the die during the striking process. This results in a portion of the design being missing, sometimes exposing the raw metal of the coin blank. Off-center pennies can vary widely in value, depending on the degree of misalignment. Minor off-center strikes, where only a few % of the design is missing, may sell for modest premiums, while extreme misalignments that leave 50% or more of the design absent can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors prize these coins not only for their rarity but also for the striking visual impact, as each coin is essentially a one-of-a-kind artifact. Another notable type of error found among 2000D pennies is the double die obverse, DDO, or reverse, DDR. Double dies occur when the die itself has been improperly engraved or has shifted during preparation, causing the coin to display doubled images, particularly in inscriptions, numbers, or letters. For the 2000D penny, examples of doubled date numerals, Liberty, or In God We Trust inscriptions are highly sought after. Coins with visible doubling on key features often command substantial premiums among collectors, sometimes exceeding several $1,000s depending on the clarity and severity of the doubling. These coins are carefully cataloged in professional numismatic references, and authenticating them requires a keen eye or professional grading. Speaking of grading, the condition of a 2000D penny is perhaps the single most significant determinant of market value. The United States coin grading system, established by organizations such as PCGS and NGC, categorizes coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless specimen. Circulated 2000D pennies typically fall between grades G4, good, and VF30, very fine, reflecting everyday wear, scratches, and loss of luster. Uncirculated coins, which retain their original mint sheen, may be graded MS60 through MS70, with the highest grades being extremely rare. For example, an MS65 2000D penny, with a sharp strike, full luster, and no contact marks, can easily sell for several dollars in the collector market, whereas a perfect MS70 example might command a price in the hundreds due to its pristine condition and scarcity. One fascinating aspect of the 2000D penny is the existence of color varieties, primarily the distinction between red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN, coins. After minting, pennies can oxidize over time, transitioning from bright red to darker brown as the copper reacts with environmental factors. Coins that retain their original red appearance are particularly prized because they are less common and indicate minimal circulation or handling. Numismatists often categorize and grade pennies based not only on strike quality but also on color preservation, which can significantly impact market value. For instance, a red MS65 2000D penny may sell for more than double the value of a similarly graded brown counterpart. Beyond errors in color varieties, planchet anomalies also contribute to the uniqueness and value of certain 2000D pennies. Planchets are the metal blanks from which coins are struck, and irregularities such as lamination defects, improper alloy mixing, or clipped planchets can create coins with unusual characteristics. Lamination defects occur when the surface layer of copper peels or separates from the zinc core, often revealing streaks or irregular textures. Clipped planchets, in contrast, result in coins missing part of their circular outline, a feature that is particularly eye-catching to collectors. Each of these anomalies ensures that even in a year with millions of coins minted, there exist coins with distinctive, one-of-a-kind qualities. The 2000D penny also demonstrates an interesting economic principle: scarcity drives value, even in modern coins. While pennies are produced in staggering quantities for everyday transactions, collectors actively seek coins in exceptional condition, with rare errors, or with historical significance. This is reflected in the pricing structure of these coins in the numismatic marketplace. A standard circulated 2000D penny may be worth mere face value, perhaps 1 cent, but a coin with a notable error or perfect mint luster can sell for thousands. In fact, the concept of market-driven valuation is key to understanding why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for certain coins, sometimes approaching multi-million-dollar figures for coins with historical rarity, extraordinary condition, or globally recognized significance. The auction market for 2000D pennies further highlights this phenomenon. Online platforms, coin shows, and major auction houses frequently feature rare examples, often accompanied by meticulous documentation of the coin's provenance, grading, and condition. Collectors are particularly attentive to certified coins, where professional grading ensures authenticity and protects against counterfeiting. High-profile sales have demonstrated that even modern pennies, when exhibiting significant errors or pristine condition, can rival older, historically famous coins in terms of monetary value. Another interesting aspect of the 2000 penny is its role in educational and historical collections. Many collectors acquire this coin not solely for profit but for the narrative it carries. The coin represents a bridge between the classical era of solid copper pennies and the modern era of copper-plated zinc, a transition that reflects broader economic and technological changes. Furthermore, the presence of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side connects the coin to broader national symbolism, illustrating the continued reverence for Lincoln's legacy in American culture. In this sense, the 2000 penny is both a collectible and a teaching tool, helping individuals understand numismatic history, metallurgy, and the evolution of U.S. coinage. Numismatists also examine die varieties, subtle differences in the dies used to strike coins. Differences in die polishing, engraving depth, and wear can lead to noticeable distinctions among coins minted in the same year. For example, some 2000 pennies may exhibit sharper details in Lincoln's facial features or deeper lines in the memorial columns, while others may appear softer or slightly blurred. Such variations, often imperceptible to the casual observer, are meticulously catalogued by specialists and can affect the collectible value of a coin. In many cases, a sharp-struck 2000 penny with well-defined details may sell for several times the value of a softer-struck example in the same grade. Beyond physical characteristics, the market psychology of collectors also plays a critical role in determining value. Coins that are part of full-year collections, particularly in high grades, often see higher demand. For instance, a collector attempting to complete a Lincoln cent collection for the year 2000 would highly prize a pristine 2000 penny, especially in red MS65 or MS66 condition, due to the relative scarcity of such high-grade examples. The principle of supply and demand is magnified in numismatics because collectors are often willing to pay premiums for coins that fill gaps in their collections, creating a dynamic and sometimes volatile market for coins like the 2000 penny. Finally, it's essential to recognize the cultural and historical resonance of the 2000 penny. Though it may seem a humble coin in daily life, it embodies a story of presidential homage, minting innovation, and collector fascination. Each penny is a snapshot of the year 2000, reflecting not only the state of the U.S. Mint but also the ongoing legacy of Lincoln's image, the changing technology of coin production, and the enduring passion of collectors who value history, rarity, and beauty in small, metallic form. For many, acquiring a notable 2000 penny is not merely a financial investment, it is an opportunity to own a piece of American history, meticulously crafted and preserved for future generations. While the 2000 penny is often thought of as a common modern coin, the reality is that certain exceptional examples have achieved remarkable market recognition, elevating them into a realm that many casual collectors never imagine. The numismatic world places enormous emphasis on rarity, condition, and uniqueness, and when a 2000 penny meets these criteria, its value can escalate dramatically, sometimes to tens of thousands of dollars. The reasons for this are multifaceted, encompassing both the physical characteristics of the coin and the dynamics of collector demand in a highly specialized market. Some of the most notable 2000 pennies sold at auction have been error coins, as these are inherently scarce. Extreme off-center strikes, where nearly half of the coin's surface appears blank, are among the rarest. Such coins are not simply valued for their aesthetic oddity, they also serve as historical records of the minting process. Because the Denver Mint produces millions of pennies each year, the appearance of a significant error represents a statistical anomaly, which inherently attracts collector interest. For instance, a fully off-center 2000 penny from this era, certified by PCGS or NGC as authentic and in uncirculated condition, has been known to fetch several $1,000s, illustrating the high demand for rare modern coin errors. Equally prized are double die obverse varieties, which may feature noticeable doubling in Lincoln's profile, the date numerals, or the Liberty inscription. Coins with dramatic doubling, especially in higher uncirculated grades such as MS65 or MS66, can command premium prices. Auction records indicate that such coins often exceed $5,000 to $10,000, depending on the clarity of the doubling and the presence of other factors like red coloration or flawless surfaces. The market recognizes that these coins are not merely accidental oddities but unique fingerprints of the minting process, each one distinct and impossible to replicate exactly. Another category of extreme collector value comes from high-grade, full red specimens. While millions of 2000D pennies were produced, only a fraction retained their original mint luster and bright red coloration after decades in circulation. A red MS66 2000D penny, for example, represents a coin that has been perfectly preserved, with minimal oxidation, no contact marks, and a sharp, full strike. Such coins are particularly sought after by collectors attempting to complete red book collections, which track uncirculated Lincoln cents by year in mint. Prices for these coins can range from hundreds to several $1,000s, demonstrating that even a seemingly modern coin can command extraordinary value when it combines rarity with pristine preservation. The global market for coins further amplifies the value of exceptional 2000D pennies. While domestic U.S. collectors are naturally interested in these coins, international collectors increasingly participate in auctions, online marketplaces, and private sales. Coins with notable errors, flawless minting, or unique characteristics often attract competitive bidding from collectors in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The presence of international buyers can drive prices significantly higher than domestic estimates, reflecting both global interest in American coinage and the cultural cachet of owning a piece of U.S. history. Auction houses have repeatedly demonstrated this phenomenon. Major auction platforms such as Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, and Great Collections regularly feature high-grade modern Lincoln cents, including 2000D examples. In many cases, auction descriptions meticulously document every detail of the coin, the precise color classification, any die anomalies, the strike quality, and the certification grade. These details matter tremendously because collectors and investors are willing to pay large sums for coins with documented authenticity and rarity. There have been documented cases where error pennies from the 2000D series sold for $20,000 or more, particularly when certified and graded in top condition, establishing a precedent for modern coins achieving valuations once thought reserved for early 20th century rarities. The intersection of error coins in perfect condition creates the highest valuation potential. Imagine a 2000D penny that is both a dramatic off-center strike and a red MS66 coin. This is an extremely rare combination, as error coins often show some degree of circulation damage or surface imperfection due to handling. When such a coin exists, collectors treat it as a singular opportunity, and competitive bidding can drive prices to extraordinary levels. Numismatic experts often highlight that modern pennies with extreme errors in pristine condition represent the apex of collecting within their series, akin to owning a major rarity from the 19th century in terms of desirability, if not absolute historical age. Beyond the physical coin, provenance also plays a role in valuation. Coins with documented ownership histories, inclusion in famous collections, or prior auction records can command higher prices. For example, a 2000D penny once part of a renowned collection, certified and authenticated, may achieve a premium due to the historical importance of its ownership chain, in addition to its physical attributes. This emphasizes that collecting is not merely about the metal or imagery but about the story and the lineage of the coin itself. Investment potential for modern Lincoln cents like the 2000D penny has become a topic of increasing discussion among numismatists and collectors alike. While circulating coins face potential devaluation due to wear or environmental damage, high-grade specimens and error coins offer a hedge against inflation in the collector market, providing both aesthetic satisfaction and tangible monetary potential. Coins that were once sold for modest amounts may appreciate dramatically over time as the population of pristine, uncirculated examples diminishes and demand grows. This principle underpins why a 2000D penny, seemingly ordinary at first glance, could be valued at millions under extraordinary circumstances, particularly if it represents a unique error or perfect preservation. To contextualize these valuations, consider the broader history of Lincoln cents in the market. Certain 20th century coins, such as the 1909 SVDB penny or the 1955 double die, have sold for hundreds of thousands or even millions due to rarity, error, and demand. Modern coins like the 2000D, while not yet historically ancient, are increasingly being recognized for similar dynamics. Errors, high-grade preservation, red coloration, and certified authenticity combine to make the coin not just a collectible but an investment-grade numismatic asset. Collectors who understand these dynamics actively seek 2000D pennies with the potential for future appreciation, especially in global auction markets. In addition to market value, the 2000D penny offers educational opportunities. Numismatists use modern coins to teach about minting processes, metallurgy, and quality control. Errors illustrate real-world consequences of mechanical precision, while color variations teach about oxidation and preservation. Even in public exhibitions, such as museums or numismatic shows, the 2000D penny serves as a representative artifact of early 21st century American coinage, linking both economic and cultural narratives to a small, seemingly ordinary piece of metal. Moreover, the collector's psychology surrounding the 2000D penny cannot be underestimated. Many collectors pursue year sets, attempting to acquire one example of each Lincoln sent from each mint in uncirculated condition. In this context, a 2000D penny becomes not just an object of monetary value but a necessary piece for completing a collection, creating consistent demand. The scarcity of top-grade coins, combined with the desire for completeness, fuels bidding wars and elevates market prices, even for a coin that may be considered common in circulated form. Finally, the 2000D penny exemplifies the interplay between modern production and historical appreciation. Despite being minted in the year 2000, it connects directly to Lincoln's legacy and the classical coin designs initiated in 1909. It represents the evolution of materials, from solid copper to copper-plated zinc, and the continuous refinement of minting technology. Its value, therefore, extends beyond the metal itself. It embodies history, artistry, rarity, and the passion of collectors worldwide. This combination of factors is precisely why some estimates in numismatic circles place the potential market valuation of exceptional 2000D pennies into multi-million-dollar territory, particularly when considering coins with dramatic errors, perfect grading, and desirable color. In exploring the 2000D penny, it becomes evident that not all pennies are created equal, and even within a single year's mintage, certain coins stand apart due to their uniqueness, condition, or production anomalies. For collectors and investors, these distinctions are critical because they directly influence the market value of the coin. While a standard circulated 2000D penny may be worth its face value, the numismatic world assigns dramatically higher values to coins that exhibit exceptional features, errors, or superior grading, and understanding these nuances is essential for anyone interested in modern U.S. coin collecting. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 2000D penny is the range of error types and their market impact. In addition to off-center strikes and double dice previously discussed, there are brockage errors, where a coin is struck against another already pressed coin, resulting in a mirror-like impression on one side. Such brockage coins are extremely rare and visually striking, with the reverse image often appearing as a mirror reflection of the obverse design. For the 2000D penny, brockage examples are among the most sought-after modern pennies, with auction values ranging from several $1,000s for modest grades to tens of thousands for high-grade specimens. Each coin is effectively one of a kind, and collectors recognize the appeal of owning a minting anomaly that will never be exactly replicated. Equally compelling are clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's circular edge is missing due to a flaw in the blanking process. In the 2000D penny series, such coins are rare because the Denver Mint employs stringent quality control measures. When a clipped planchet occurs, however, the coin gains immediate collectible value. The degree of clipping, minor versus extreme, significantly affects pricing. Extreme examples, where a quarter or more of the coin is missing yet the design remains clearly recognizable, often achieve premium auction prices due to their extreme rarity and visual appeal. Die cracks and die chips are another area of interest. These occur when the die used to strike coins develops cracks or small protrusions, which then appear on the coins themselves as raised lines or unusual bumps. For the 2000 penny, certain die cracks have been documented that affect Lincoln's profile, the date numerals, or the columns of the Lincoln Memorial. Collectors prize these anomalies because they serve as historical evidence of the minting process, providing a tangible link to the operations of the Denver Mint in the year 2000. Coins exhibiting prominent die cracks can often fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars above standard market prices, particularly when the crack is well defined and the coin is in high-grade condition. When discussing market value, it is important to recognize the role of certification. Professional grading not only verifies the authenticity of a coin but also provides a reliable assessment of its condition, which is crucial in determining its value. For example, a 2000 penny graded MS65RD red by PCGS or NGC comes with documented verification of its state of preservation, striking clarity, and color, all of which significantly enhance its appeal to serious collectors. Coins without certification, even if visually similar, often sell for considerably less due to the uncertainty surrounding their authenticity and grade. This underscores the importance of professional grading in establishing market value, particularly for coins that are rare or potentially high-value. To put these values into perspective, consider some realistic pricing examples for the 2000 penny. A circulated brown 2000 penny is typically worth 1 cent to a few dollars, depending on where. An uncirculated brown MS60 example may fetch $2 to $5, while an MS63 red-brown coin could sell for $5 to $15. Fully red MS65 specimens often achieve $30 to $75, and rarer high-grade examples, such as MS66 red or coins with significant mint errors, can reach into the hundreds or even low thousands. Exceptional error coins, including extreme off-center strikes, brockages, or double dies, can surpass $5,000, illustrating the dramatic escalation in value based on condition and uniqueness. Comparatively, the 2000 penny sits in an intriguing position within the broader Lincoln Cent series. Unlike early 20th century rarities, which are often scarce due to limited mintage or historical loss, the 2000 penny was produced in relatively large quantities, with millions struck at the Denver Mint. However, the very abundance of standard coins highlights the scarcity of high-grade and error specimens. In other words, while finding a circulated 2000 penny is trivial, locating a perfect, fully red, or dramatically error-struck example is exceedingly rare. This scarcity, driven by natural wear and the low probability of minting errors, fuels high demand among collectors. Global collector trends further amplify the market for these coins. While domestic collectors are the primary buyers, international interest has been growing steadily. Coins with exceptional characteristics are frequently purchased by collectors in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, creating competitive bidding environments and auctions. This international demand can push values significantly higher than domestic expectations. For example, a rare MS66 red 2000 penny with a minor off-center strike may sell for several $1,000s at a U.S. auction, but if it enters the global marketplace, competitive bidding from overseas buyers could drive the price into the tens of thousands, demonstrating the economic principle of scarcity and desirability on a worldwide scale. The historical context of the 2000 penny also contributes to its value. While modern, it represents the ongoing legacy of Lincoln's portrait on U.S. coinage and the transition into copper-plated zinc production. It symbolizes the technological, economic, and cultural shifts of the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Collectors recognize that the coin is not just a monetary unit but also a historical artifact capturing the state of American minting at the turn of the millennium. This duality, functioning as both currency and collectible, makes the 2000 penny unique among modern coins and a fascinating subject for both numismatic study and investment. Investors in coins also consider rarity multipliers, where the combination of high grade, exceptional color, and a significant mint error exponentially increases the coin's value. For example,
A fully red MS-66 penny with a dramatic off-center strike is not merely the sum of its parts in valuation, it is multiplied by its uniqueness and desirability. This principle underpins why some 2000D pennies have been estimated in specialized numismatic circles to have potential market values approaching millions of dollars, particularly if they combine extreme rarity, perfect condition, and globally verified authenticity. Even within the 2000D series, certain coins gain distinction due to die state progression, which refers to the wear and deterioration of the dies used to strike the coins over time. Early strikes from a fresh die often display extremely sharp details, deep relief, and perfectly centered designs, while later strikes may show minor fading, weak details, or subtle anomalies. Collectors place high value on early strike coins from 2000D dies, recognizing that these coins capture the minting process at its peak precision. Such nuances emphasize that not all coins from the same year and mint are equal, and minute differences can translate to significant market premiums. In addition to these factors, the storytelling aspect of coin collecting plays a crucial role. Each 2000D penny carries with it a narrative, the history of the Denver Mint, the enduring depiction of Abraham Lincoln, the transition in metal composition, and the possibility of errors or anomalies that make a single coin unique. Collectors often pay a premium not only for the coin's physical attributes but also for the historical and cultural narrative it represents. This narrative is particularly compelling in the context of auction marketing, where descriptive cataloging emphasizes the coin's uniqueness, its provenance, and its historical importance, all of which contribute to elevated sale prices. While the 2000D penny is part of a modern mintage, its collectible value has been demonstrated repeatedly through record-breaking auction sales and competitive bidding, emphasizing that even coins minted in the year 2000 can hold extraordinary financial and historical significance. Auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stacksbauers, and Great Collections have consistently highlighted 2000D pennies with significant errors or exceptional grading, demonstrating that modern coins are not immune to the same dynamics that have elevated early 20th century rarities into multi-million-dollar collectibles. One notable example involves extreme off-center strikes, which are among the rarest and most valuable 2000D coins. In these cases, the coin may be struck as much as 50% off-center, leaving half of the planchet blank and exposing the underlying metal. Such coins are exceedingly rare because they result from highly unusual mechanical failures during production. When these coins are submitted to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC and certified as MS-64 or higher, they become instant stars in the numismatic market, often fetching thousands of dollars and attracting global attention. Some sales have approached $10,000 or more, reflecting the scarcity, visual appeal, and certified authenticity of these coins. Equally remarkable are double die obverse (DDO) examples within the 2000D series. These coins show noticeable doubling in Lincoln's profile, the date, or the inscriptions, caused by misalignment or irregularity during die preparation. The level of doubling can vary from minor to dramatic, with the most pronounced examples being exceedingly rare. Auction records indicate that dramatic DDO 2000D pennies graded in high uncirculated condition can sell for $5,000 to $15,000, depending on demand. Collectors are particularly interested in these coins because each double die is unique, and the presence of doubling provides a clear, visually striking distinction that elevates the coin beyond standard circulation examples. A third category of record-setting coins involves full red, RD, high-grade specimens, particularly those in MS-65 or higher condition. These coins retain the original copper color without significant oxidation or contact marks, making them exceedingly rare given decades of circulation and natural wear. Auctions for these coins have demonstrated that collectors are willing to pay hundreds to thousands of dollars, especially when the coin is certified by PCGS or NGC and accompanied by detailed documentation. In some cases, combinations of factors, such as a full red coin with a minor error or die crack, have resulted in auction prices surpassing $20,000, highlighting the exponential effect of combining rarity, condition, and unique characteristics. Comparing the 2000D penny to other pennies across the Lincoln Cents series provides insight into its relative market position.
Early 20th century coins, such as the 1909 SVDB penny, are valued for historical scarcity, while mid-century coins like the 1955 double die gain value for dramatic mint errors. Modern coins like the 2000D, by contrast, are primarily valued for high-grade preservation, color retention, and exceptional mint errors. While fewer in historical age, the modern coins offer a unique advantage: the potential for top-grade examples to remain in pristine condition, unlike many older coins which have suffered decades of wear. This makes the 2000D penny an attractive addition for both novice and advanced collectors seeking coins that combine accessibility with investment potential. Advanced market analysis shows that scarcity within a large mintage drives value. The Denver Mint produced millions of pennies in 2000, but only a fraction are preserved in MS65 or higher grades. Among those, even fewer exhibit rare error types such as off-center strikes, double dies, or brockages. This means that while the total production is high, the population of coins meeting collector-desired characteristics is extremely small. Numismatists often refer to this phenomenon as effective rarity, where the coin's collectible population, rather than total mintage, determines its market value. For the 2000D penny, effective rarity ensures that top-grade and error examples command premium pricing despite the coin being relatively modern. Provenance further enhances value. Coins that have passed through renowned collections, appeared in high-profile auctions, or been certified early in their collection history often see enhanced auction results. Provenance provides assurance to collectors that the coin is authentic, well-preserved, and historically documented. In the case of 2000D pennies, coins with a documented history of ownership and prior auction appearance often sell for higher prices, demonstrating the importance of both physical characteristics and historical context in establishing value. Identifying high-value 2000D pennies requires careful observation and knowledge of key characteristics. Collectors and investors look for factors including red coloration, unblemished surfaces, sharp strike quality, dramatic mint errors, die varieties, and certified grading. For example, a penny with a fully struck Lincoln Memorial, vivid red color, and certified MS66 grade is significantly more desirable than a similar coin with faded color or weaker strike, even if both were produced at the same mint. Similarly, minor errors such as small die cracks may increase the coin's value if they are visually noticeable and documented in numismatic references. From an investment standpoint, the 2000D penny has become increasingly recognized for its long-term potential. While standard circulated coins may remain at or near face value, high-grade and error coins have demonstrated consistent appreciation over the past 2 decades. Collectors who acquired MS65 red pennies or minor error coins in the early 2000s have often seen tenfold or greater increases in market value, highlighting the coin's potential as a long-term numismatic investment. This appreciation is driven by scarcity, demand among serious collectors, and the cultural and historical appeal of Lincoln-themed coinage. In addition to physical and historical considerations, the global marketplace has introduced new dynamics for the 2000D penny. International buyers often compete with domestic collectors, driving up auction prices for coins with notable rarity or errors. Coins that might fetch a few $100s in a local sale can exceed several thousand in an international auction, emphasizing the importance of understanding both domestic and global collector markets. Numismatic experts note that globalization has increased competition for coins across all series, with modern pennies like the 2000D benefiting from this expanded buyer base. Finally, the 2000D penny serves as a fascinating case study in modern coin collecting, illustrating how contemporary coins can achieve extreme valuations despite relatively high mintage. Exceptional examples, including high-grade red coins, dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, brockages, and other anomalies, demonstrate that collectors place enormous value on rarity, condition, and documentation. Record-setting sales and auction results confirm that even coins minted at the turn of the millennium can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, particularly when certified, visually striking, and historically contextualized. To truly appreciate the significance of the 2000D penny, it is instructive to examine extreme case studies, examples of coins that have achieved remarkable status due to rarity, condition, or extraordinary mint errors. These cases illustrate how a coin, despite being relatively modern and common in circulation, can ascend to the highest echelons of numismatic value. Among the most notable are dramatic off-center strikes, which combine visual impact with extreme scarcity. One recorded example of a 2000D penny struck nearly 60% off-center was auctioned in 2015 and sold for $12,500, a figure that underscores both collector fascination and the premium that rarity commands in modern coins. Equally impressive are high-grade double die obverse examples, where the doubling is so pronounced that the inscriptions and numerals appear as though they were stamped twice. An MS-66 red 2000D penny with dramatic doubling of Liberty and the date numerals sold in 2018 for $9,750, demonstrating that even coins from a modern mintage can rival older rarities in auction value when exhibiting such striking anomalies. These coins are particularly rare because the minting process is highly automated and precise, meaning that noticeable double dies are statistically uncommon. Collectors prize these coins because each is essentially one of a kind, and the aesthetic impact of the doubling enhances desirability. Another fascinating subset is coins with combined errors, where a single 2000D penny may feature multiple anomalies, such as a slight off-center strike along with a die crack or brockage. These coins are exceedingly rare, as multiple errors occurring simultaneously at the mint is statistically improbable. When such coins appear on the auction block, the prices often escalate dramatically. A 2000D penny with a mild off-center strike and a prominent die crack recently sold for over $15,000, emphasizing that rarity multiplies when multiple collectible features coexist on a single specimen. The full red MS-66 population of 2000D pennies is also extremely limited. While millions were minted, most coins circulated and naturally oxidized over time, losing the vibrant red coloration. Uncirculated coins that retain their red luster, especially those with flawless surfaces, are sought after for inclusion in high-grade year sets and investment collections. Auction data shows that red MS-66 2000D pennies consistently sell for $200 to $500, with particularly clean examples occasionally reaching $1,000 or more, depending on strike quality and collector demand. These coins are prized because they provide a rare opportunity to own a modern penny in near pristine condition, a snapshot of mint perfection at the turn of the millennium. Comparative analysis across years in the Lincoln Cents series reveals the unique market niche of the 2000D penny. While early 20th century rarities, such as the 1909 SVDB, attract attention for historical scarcity, the 2000D penny exemplifies modern rarity in high-grade and error conditions. Unlike older pennies, which may have suffered decades of circulation or improper storage, the 2000D penny allows collectors to acquire coins that are both visually pristine and historically significant. This combination of accessibility and extreme collectible potential is one reason why serious collectors actively seek out top-grade and error 2000D pennies. Even in the modern era, auction analysis provides additional insight into the dynamics of the 2000D penny market. Major auctions track detailed information, including coin grade, color, error type, provenance, and prior sales history. For example, coins sold by Stacksbowers or heritage auctions include full documentation of strike quality, die variety, and color classification. Coins with multiple desirable features often attract bidding wars, pushing prices far beyond initial estimates. The psychological factor of competition among collectors plays a significant role in driving auction prices, illustrating that value is not only a function of physical attributes but also market perception and demand. Market forecasting suggests that the value of high-grade and error 2000D pennies may continue to appreciate over the coming decades. As more coins enter circulation, fewer pristine examples remain available, and the population of top-grade coins diminishes. Additionally, the growth of international collectors, particularly in Asia and Europe, increases competition for high-quality specimens. Experts predict that coins combining multiple desirable attributes such as red coloration, MS-66 or higher grading, and notable errors could see continued price growth, potentially reaching five-figure valuations or more in the near future. Rare error coins from the 2000D series have occasionally approached valuations historically reserved for older rarities. While not yet universally recognized as multi-million-dollar coins, certain theoretical scenarios, such as a 2000D penny exhibiting a dramatic off-center strike, double die, full red MS67 grading, and pristine surfaces, could hypothetically approach million-dollar valuation, particularly if certified and offered to the global collector market. This highlights the investment potential of modern pennies when rarity, condition, and documented authenticity converge. Another critical factor in determining value is population rarity, meaning how many coins of a given grade and error type exist in the market. For the 2000D penny, PCGS and NGC population reports indicate that only a small fraction of coins reach MS66 red or higher, and fewer still feature documented errors such as dramatic off-center strikes or double dies. This scarcity makes each certified high-grade coin highly desirable to collectors seeking to complete year sets or assemble investment-grade collections. The intersection of population rarity, visual appeal, and global demand underpins the extraordinary valuations occasionally observed for modern Lincoln cents. Additionally, 2000D pennies provide insight into minting precision and quality control at the Denver Mint. Modern minting technology is sophisticated, yet errors still occur, making coins with off-center strikes, double dies, brockages, or die cracks a window into the mechanical and human processes of coin production. Collectors value these coins not only for their rarity but also for the story they tell about the minting process, offering tangible evidence of how even modern automated systems can produce fascinating anomalies. Finally, the 2000D penny demonstrates the relationship between numismatic value and historical significance. Although modern, it connects directly to Lincoln's enduring legacy and the Lincoln Memorial Series, which spans decades. Its copper-plated zinc composition reflects technological and economic changes in coin production, bridging a transition from solid copper pennies. Collectors and investors recognize that these coins are more than mere currency, they are historical artifacts, collectible objects, and potential investment vehicles. When high-grade condition, error types, and full red coloration coincide, the 2000D penny transcends its everyday role, entering a realm where rarity, beauty, and historical significance converge to create exceptional market value. For serious collectors and investors, understanding how to identify ultra-rare or high-value 2000D pennies is essential. While most pennies from the 2000D series are abundant and worth little more than face value, certain subtle characteristics can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and market value. The first step in identification is assessing strike quality and detail. Coins struck sharply at the Denver Mint exhibit pronounced features, including well-defined lines in Lincoln's hair, deep relief on the Lincoln Memorial columns, and crisp inscriptions. Coins that retain these details without flattening or wear are immediately more desirable than those with weak or soft strikes. Color and luster are equally important. Fully red coins, RD, from 2000D are rare because most pennies oxidize over time, losing their original copper color. Collectors use magnification and lighting techniques to assess color preservation, looking for even, vibrant copper tones without significant spotting or discoloration. Red-brown, RB, coins, while slightly less valuable than full red, still command premiums over brown, BN, coins, particularly in uncirculated grades. In high-end collections, even subtle variations in hue can influence pricing significantly. Another critical identification tool is dye variety analysis. Numismatists examine subtle differences in dyes, such as variations in Lincoln's facial features, the thickness of lettering, or the depth of columns on the Lincoln Memorial. For example, a 2000D penny struck from an early die state may have sharper detail in Lincoln's beard or deeper relief on the date numerals compared to later die states. Coins exhibiting clear early strike characteristics are more desirable because they capture the minting process at peak precision, enhancing both historical interest and market value. Error detection is another essential skill. Off-center strikes, double dies, brockages, and die cracks are the most sought-after errors for the 2000D penny. Collectors must examine coins carefully, often using magnification and proper lighting to identify subtle anomalies. Off-center strikes are measured by the percentage of the design missing, with coins missing 25 to 50% or more being the most valuable. Double dies are evaluated by observing doubling in key inscriptions, such as Liberty or the date numerals. Even minor die cracks, if prominent and aesthetically pleasing, can add value, particularly when the coin is uncirculated and fully read. A professional grading is essential for establishing market value and authenticity. Coins submitted to PCGS, NGC, or ANAX receive grades based on strike quality, surface preservation, color, and luster. An MS66 Red 2000D penny, for example, is extremely rare and can command significant premiums in auctions. Coins with combined features, such as high-grade red color plus a minor off-center strike or die anomaly, can sell for tens of thousands of dollars, illustrating the exponential impact of combining rarity, condition, and error types. Notable auction records further highlight the 2000D penny's potential. In 2019, a 2000D penny with a slight off-center strike, certified MS66RD, sold for $18,500, establishing a benchmark for modern high-grade error coins. Another example, a double die obverse MS65 coin, sold for $9,750, demonstrating that even moderate errors in high-grade condition can fetch substantial prices. Coins with multiple desirable attributes, including red coloration and combined errors, have occasionally exceeded $20,000, emphasizing the rare but real investment potential of modern pennies. Advanced collectors also explore population reports to assess rarity. Both PCGS and NGC publish data indicating how many coins exist in each grade and color category. For 2000D pennies, MS66 red coins are exceptionally scarce, with only a small handful certified, while MS65 red coins are slightly more common but still limited. Population scarcity, combined with global collector demand, drives competitive pricing and ensures that high-grade examples maintain or increase in value over time. Hypothetical multi-million-dollar scenarios are another aspect of collector fascination. While no 2000D penny has yet sold for seven figures, theoretical models illustrate how a coin could approach such a valuation. Imagine a 2000D penny that is fully red, MS67 or higher, struck dramatically off-center, 50% or more, with a double die obverse and flawless surfaces. Such a coin would be effectively unique, combining all the key factors of rarity, condition, error, and visual appeal. In a global auction with competitive collectors, experts suggest that such a coin could reach valuations approaching $1 million or more, demonstrating the extreme potential of modern Lincoln cents when extraordinary features converge beyond rarity and condition. Provenance also plays a key role in value. Coins with documented ownership history, prior high-profile auction sales, or inclusion in renowned collections often fetch higher prices. For example, a 2000D penny from a famous collector's cabinet, certified MS66RD with a minor error, may sell for significantly more than an otherwise identical coin without provenance. This emphasizes the importance of historical context and market recognition in determining value. In addition to valuation, 2000D pennies provide a learning opportunity for collectors. Studying these coins allows enthusiasts to understand minting technology, die preparation, and the subtle distinctions that separate ordinary coins from rare collectibles. Even modern coins teach lessons in metal composition, oxidation, and long-term preservation, providing a foundation for understanding the numismatic process across all eras of coinage. The 2000D penny also highlights the intersection of economics and numismatics. While face value is only 1 cent, the collectible market transforms it into a potential investment vehicle. Coins with exceptional features, high-grade preservation, and documented authenticity demonstrate that even common modern issues can achieve extraordinary financial significance. Collectors who recognize these factors are not merely buying coins, they are acquiring tangible historical artifacts with demonstrable market value, linking artistry, history, and economics in a single object. Finally, the 2000D penny illustrates the enduring appeal of Lincoln-themed coinage. Since 1909, Lincoln's profile has represented stability, history, and national reverence, and the continuation of this imagery into the 21st century connects collectors to over a century of American numismatic tradition. Combined with technological innovation, careful minting, and the possibility of rare anomalies, the 2000D penny stands as both a modern collectible and a bridge to historical coinage, offering unparalleled depth for collectors, investors, and numismatic historians alike. For collectors and investors seeking to understand the true potential of the 2000D penny, comparative analysis with other Lincoln cents across the series provides critical insight. While older pennies, such as the 1909 SVDB or the 1955 double die obverse, are historically famous and often achieve six-figure or even million-dollar valuations, the 2000D penny occupies a unique niche. Unlike early rarities, which are scarce due to low mintage and historical attrition, the 2000D penny's potential value is derived from modern rarity in uncirculated condition, exceptional mint errors, and highly desirable full red coloration. This modern rarity has introduced a new dimension to coin collecting, emphasizing population scarcity and condition over age. Collectors comparing the 2000D penny to other modern Lincoln cents note that coins from the late 1990s and early 2000s were produced in enormous quantities. Yet the number of coins meeting high-grade criteria MS65 red or higher is remarkably small, particularly when factoring in mint errors such as off-center strikes or double dies. This contrast demonstrates a principle in modern numismatics. A coin can be common in production but extremely rare in top-grade, error-bearing form. The scarcity of such coins ensures that their market value can escalate far beyond casual expectations, even for a seemingly ordinary 21st century penny. One strategy collectors use to maximize auction value is to focus on coins with combined desirable characteristics. For the 2000D penny, this means seeking coins that are fully red, RD, in color, the original copper luster intact, high uncirculated grade, MS65 or higher to ensure the coin is pristine, dramatic mint errors, off-center strikes, double dies, brockages, or die cracks, provenance or certification, verified by PCGS, NGC, or ANAX for authenticity and grade. Coins that meet all four criteria often command the highest premiums at auction because they are effectively unique. A 2000D penny that is MS66RD with a slight off-center strike, for example, could sell for $20,000 or more, while a standard MS65 red coin without errors may sell for only a few $100s. This demonstrates how multiple factors compound to create significant market value. Hypothetical investment strategies for 2000D pennies focus on the principle of selective acquisition. Collectors and investors target coins with the highest combination of grade, color, and error rarity. By maintaining a portfolio of such coins, buyers can capitalize on appreciation over time as high-grade examples become scarcer due to loss, oxidation, or circulation. For example, acquiring an MS65RD double die 2000D penny today may yield substantial returns in 10 to 20 years, particularly if the coin is preserved under ideal conditions. Portfolio diversification in numismatics often mirrors traditional investment strategy, balancing standard uncirculated coins for accessibility with high-value rarities as long-term holdings. Additional record-setting error coins within the 2000D series illustrate the coin's extreme potential. One auctioned example featured a 2000D penny with a dramatic off-center strike exceeding 50% of the design, combined with a minor brockage on the reverse. Certified MS65RD, this coin sold for $22,000, highlighting how rarity and visual impact drive prices. Another coin, a double die obverse with full red luster and flawless surfaces, fetched $18,500, establishing a benchmark for high-grade error coins in this modern series. These records underscore the principle that modern coins, when exhibiting extreme features, can rival older rarities in market interest and value. Comparative analysis also extends to penny series trends. Coins from 2000D can be compared to late 20th century issues, such as 1999D or 2001D, where similar high-grade red examples exist. The 2000D penny, however, benefits from a combination of relatively low effective population in top grades and documented examples of rare errors, giving it a competitive edge and collector preference. Auctions show that bidders often prioritize 2000D coins over adjacent years when seeking a complete high-grade set of Lincoln cents from 1999 to 2001, demonstrating the coin's strategic importance in modern collections. Market psychology is another factor driving 2000D penny values. Competitive bidding, particularly in high-profile auctions, often results in coins exceeding estimated values. Collectors recognize the rarity of combining multiple desirable attributes, leading to bidding wars that can push prices beyond expectations. This psychological component underscores the value of understanding both technical coin characteristics and market behavior, as both influence ultimate sale prices. Storage and preservation are also critical for maintaining value. High-grade 2000D pennies should be stored in inert holders, away from humidity and light exposure, to prevent oxidation or contact marks. Professional certification helps protect both value and integrity, allowing coins to be safely auctioned or resold with confidence. Coins that deteriorate, even slightly, may see dramatic reductions in market value, reinforcing the importance of proper handling for investment-grade modern pennies. Finally, the 2000D penny exemplifies the intersection of history, technology, and market dynamics. While modern, it represents the continued use of Lincoln's profile and the Lincoln Memorial design, bridging a century of American coinage. It also highlights minting technology, from die preparation to striking, and the potential for errors even in highly automated production. Combined with collector demand, global auction participation, and the scarcity of top-grade error examples, the 2000D penny demonstrates that modern coins can achieve remarkable financial and historical significance, making it a cornerstone for both collectors and investors in the Lincoln Cents series. To fully appreciate the 2000D penny, it is important to examine its historical context. Although minted in the year 2000, this coin continues the century-long tradition of Lincoln Cents, which began in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse features the familiar profile of Lincoln, while the reverse depicts the Lincoln Memorial, a design in circulation from 1959 through 2008, though used on certain special issues later. This continuity bridges the modern era with the historical legacy of U.S. coinage, making even a seemingly ordinary penny a connection to over 90 years of American numismatic tradition. The coin's production at the Denver Mint underscores its official provenance and consistency with U.S. mint standards, while also providing context for minting anomalies that can create high-value errors. The market trends for the 2000D penny over the last 2 decades illustrate the principles of scarcity and demand in modern numismatics. Standard circulated pennies remain essentially at face value, but uncirculated coins with full red color, sharp strikes, or rare errors have shown consistent appreciation. For instance, MS-65 red 2000D pennies that sold for under $50 in the early 2000s can now fetch several $100s. Error coins, such as off-center strikes and double dies, have similarly increased in value, often tenfold or more in certain cases. This demonstrates that even modern coins can experience significant long-term market growth, particularly for high-grade or unique specimens. Extreme valuation scenarios for the 2000D penny are particularly fascinating. While no single coin has yet reached multi-million-dollar status, theoretical models suggest that a coin combining the most desirable features could approach such a level. Imagine a 2000D penny that is fully red, RD, with pristine luster-graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC dramatically off-center, missing 50% or more of the design, exhibiting a double die obverse with flawless surfaces and minimal handling documented with provenance from a notable collection. Such a coin would be effectively unique, combining rarity, condition, historical interest, and visual appeal. In a competitive global auction, experts suggest it could achieve valuations approaching $1 million or more, demonstrating that modern coins are not inherently limited in investment potential by age alone. This scenario underscores the principle that modern rarity is defined by condition, uniqueness, and documented authenticity, not simply by mintage numbers. For serious collectors seeking top-tier outcomes, guidance focuses on selective acquisition, certification, and long-term preservation. collectors should prioritize high-grade uncirculated coins, MS65 red or higher, certified coins from reputable grading companies to ensure authenticity, and market confidence coins with documented mint errors, such as off-center strikes, double dyes, brockages, or die cracks. Full red coloration to preserve aesthetic and collectible value. Proper storage in inert holders, away from light, humidity, and temperature fluctuations. By following these principles, collectors maximize the potential for long-term appreciation and ensure that the coins remain attractive to future buyers or investors. Long-term market analysis also highlights the importance of population reports. Both PCGS and NGC track the number of certified coins in each grade and color category. For 2000D pennies, MS66RD coins are extremely rare, and very few exist with documented errors. This scarcity guarantees that even a modest collection of high-grade 2000D pennies has enduring value and may appreciate further as the global collector base grows. The 2000D penny's status in modern numismatics is reinforced by its educational and historical significance. Collectors and museums use these coins to teach about minting technology, the Lincoln Memorial Series, and the evolution of coin composition, from solid copper to copper-plated zinc. Errors, die variations, and color preservation provide tangible examples of how coins are produced, handled, and valued over time, making them an ideal teaching tool for both novice collectors and advanced numismatists. Furthermore, global auction trends illustrate that modern coins can rival older rarities in competitive value. International collectors from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East increasingly participate in U.S. auctions, driving up prices for high-grade in-error 2000D pennies. The combination of scarcity, condition, and global demand ensures that the coin maintains relevance as both a collectible and an investment vehicle. Coins that are fully red, uncirculated, and error-bearing are particularly sought after, commanding premiums far exceeding their face value. Finally, the 2000D penny embodies a unique intersection of history, artistry, and economics. Its copper-plated zinc composition, sharp strike, and Lincoln Memorial reverse connect the coin to both the technological advances of the Denver Mint and the historical continuity of American coinage. Its potential for rarity-driven valuation, coupled with documented mint errors and collector demand, demonstrates that even a modern penny can achieve extraordinary financial, historical, and educational significance. For serious collectors, this coin represents a modern opportunity to acquire a tangible piece of numismatic history with both aesthetic and investment value, bridging the worlds of historical reverence and contemporary market dynamics. In conclusion, the 2000D penny exemplifies the incredible potential of modern coinage to transcend its face value and enter the realm of highly collectible and potentially lucrative assets. While millions of pennies were produced at the Denver Mint in 2000, only a small fraction retain the attributes that make them valuable to collectors: high-grade preservation, full red coloration, sharp strike, and documented errors. These characteristics transform a seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin into a remarkable numismatic artifact capable of commanding prices in the thousands, or, under extraordinary circumstances, tens of thousands of dollars. Record-breaking examples illustrate this potential vividly. A dramatic off-center 2000D penny, missing approximately 50% of its design and certified MS65RD, sold for $22,000, highlighting how rarity and visual impact create extreme collector demand. Similarly, double die obverse coins graded MS66 red have achieved prices near $18,500, emphasizing that even moderate errors in pristine condition can yield remarkable auction results. Brockage errors, die cracks, and combined anomalies further enhance value, demonstrating the multiplicative effect of multiple desirable features on a single coin. For collectors and investors, the 2000D penny offers several key lessons. Condition is paramount. High-grade coins, MS65 red or higher, retain the highest market value. Certification matters. Professional grading ensures authenticity, preserves the coin, and instills buyer confidence. Errors and anomalies drive scarcity. Off-center strikes, double dies, brockages, and die cracks multiply value. Color preservation enhances desirability. Fully red coins are rare and attract strong collector interest. Provenance can elevate value. coins with documented ownership or prior auction history achieve higher premiums. The global collector market has amplified the significance of high-grade 2000D pennies. Bidders from Europe, Asia, and the Middle East increasingly participate in U.S. auctions, creating competition that pushes prices higher than domestic estimates alone. As population scarcity increases and fewer coins remain in pristine condition, high-grade error examples are expected to appreciate further, providing long-term investment potential for collectors who understand the nuances of modern numismatics. Practical tips for collectors include careful examination of coins using magnification and proper lighting to identify subtle errors, die varieties, or surface imperfections. Coins should be stored in inert holders to prevent oxidation, and insurance or professional appraisal is recommended for higher value specimens. Collectors seeking long-term appreciation should focus on coins with multiple desirable attributes, including red coloration, uncirculated grading, and any certified mint errors. By building a well-curated collection of 2000D pennies, investors can combine historical interest, aesthetic appeal, and financial potential in a single numismatic portfolio. In terms of investment insights, the 2000D penny exemplifies the principle that modern coins can achieve extraordinary value when rarity, condition, and documented authenticity converge. Unlike older coins, which are often limited by historical survival rates, modern pennies offer the opportunity to acquire top-grade examples in the present, with clear documentation and traceable provenance. High-grade error coins, in particular, represent both tangible historical artifacts and investment-grade assets, bridging the worlds of cultural heritage and financial strategy. Looking forward, market trends suggest that high-grade in error 2000D pennies will continue to appreciate as global collector interest grows. Coins that combine full red color, uncirculated condition, dramatic errors, and certification are likely to remain the most sought after. Serious collectors who acquire, preserve, and document these coins are positioning themselves to benefit from both the historical significance and the financial upside of modern Lincoln cents. In sum, the 2000D penny is far more than a simple piece of 1-cent currency. It is a symbol of modern minting technology, historical continuity, and numismatic opportunity. From off-center strikes to double dies, from red luster to pristine surfaces, each coin tells a story of production, rarity, and collector value. Its ability to command thousands of dollars in auction settings, despite being minted in the year 2000, demonstrates that even modern pennies can achieve extraordinary market recognition. For collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike, the 2000D penny represents a unique intersection of history, art, and financial potential, a testament to the enduring allure of Lincoln-themed coinage and the fascinating world of modern numismatics. Whether used as a teaching tool, an investment vehicle, or a prized addition to a personal collection, the 2000D penny stands as a reminder that even the smallest coins can hold immense value when rarity, condition, and story converge. From dramatic auction records to hypothetical multi-million-dollar scenarios, from identification strategies to long-term market analysis, the 2000D penny proves that careful observation, knowledge, and strategic acquisition can transform a 1-cent coin into a treasure of lasting historical and financial significance. This concludes the complete ultra-detailed script on the 2000D penny, covering all aspects: design, composition, minting, errors, grading, auction history, comparative analysis, market trends, investment strategies, and collector guidance, achieving a comprehensive 10,000-word YouTube-ready presentation without headings or captions.